Jet-setting Prince Harry has trouble getting out of bed over climate anxiety. Jet-setting Prince Harry is apparently so riddled with anxiety over the current climate crisis that he sometimes has trouble getting out of bed in the morning. He said he often wakes up and feels so overwhelmed by too many problems in the world that sometimes it's hard to get out of bed in the mornings because of all the issues. But he wanted to use their platform to enable grassroots change to try to create a better society. Oh, this is a quote from an African student, Peter Oki.
We are in the beginning of a mass extinction, and all you can talk about is money and fairy tales of eternal economic growth. How dare you?
Additionally, Prince Harry insists that we end human greed, apathy, and selfishness, that this is the cause of climate change. Greed, apathy, and selfishness. Boy, do people feel motivated to make positive changes because of these exhortations? I mean, if Africa is falling apart, I would note that there's less than 1% Europeans in Africa. What are the Africans doing to, conserve and prevent climate change? And the largest polluters in the world are China and India. Okay, I was in Thailand, in Bangkok, and right at sunrise, a huge, massive black cloud floats down from the north, and I pointed at it and I said, "What's that?" And they said, "Oh, that's China." I've seen it with my own eyes. There's nothing like that in America. Okay, so greed, apathy, and selfishness. Meanwhile, Meghan tells entrepreneurs in Cape Town, the female entrepreneurs, that she is determined to fulfill her heart's desires and refuses to let her own needs fade away amid her royal duties. That's funny because I thought her heart's desire was to be a royal and to be a princess and to be a duchess, and she had books on Princess Diana since she was a very little girl. Does that mean she's going to just leave Archie and fly off to New York to watch a tennis match and hope Archie is alive when she comes back? Hope somebody feeds him? Oh, wait. That's what she did. And finally, we have the redo of Harry redid the landmines in Angola. This is all set up. All these landmines have been cleared. It's all set up. Okay, so they reset up all of this stuff. There's a thriving town next to it. He went and he met with the same girl that Diana met with. She lost a leg here. And so now she's 25 years later, she's a grown woman. It's all posed. There was nothing new there. And then finally, Meghan Skypes in to the College of Education where Harry is meeting these girls. Female education is the most effective way of tackling poverty, inequality, youth unemployment, overpopulation, and climate change. Not to mention, ingrown toenails and skin problems. We use our lived experience to tackle the barriers to girls' education, improve learning in school, and create opportunities after school. So they're trying to get girls to get 12 years of school. All girls to get 12 years of school. And that's a good thing. But why is Meghan Skyping in? Is she controlling Harry? Why didn't she just fly there and join him, on the tour? Good day, YouTubers. Time for a spot of royalty. I put Prince Harry and Greta Thunberg together because Prince Harry is basically making a completely emotional appeal about climate change. He can't get out of bed in the morning because of his anxiety over climate change. Greta Thunberg says, we're ruining her life. She should be in school. I agree, Greta. Go back to school. There's no concrete, should we drive electric cars? Should we put solar panels on our houses? Should we eat less meat? These are the solutions. Should we exterminate the European peoples off the face of the earth? Does that help? The largest polluters in the world are China and India, and they're polluting more every day. And none of these solutions do anything. Okay, and Harry's talking about Africa, and there's 1% Europeans in Africa. So what are Europeans? What are the British? What are the European peoples, the people of Europe, supposed to do about Africa when there's no European people in Africa? Less than 1% Europeans in Africa. It's nonsense. Did the Africa tour. Okay, so Harry did a full redo. This is a Meghan Markle. It's a straight copy. He didn't even add anything. He walked exactly in the steps of Diana with no variation at all. Are Harry and Meghan's activities in Africa improving their public image? You know, and his complaining about climate change. That, I'm very concerned about the biosphere and the earth, and it is absolutely the job of mankind and humankind to watch over this biosphere. But these people are idiots. And I'm terrified that these morons are going to do something stupid to destroy the biosphere in the name of good works. So, is this improving their public image, or is this... Let's just take a look. There's a whole lot of stuff going on. Improving or making it worse. Virtue signaling. Because this is just all PR. Because Harry and Meghan are in a PR crisis, flying 4 private jets in 11 days. And those weren't even Harry and Meghan. Those were their doubles. And boy, that really backfired on them. So this is all sunshine sacks. Okay, so here's virtue signaling. 3 blackbirds, activities, snake. Activities about problems, okay, highlighting problems through activities, virtue signaling. This can be illness, or in the past, they have a really bad reputation. Scapegoat is the card of bad reputation. So they're trying to solve their bad reputation. They did some good things on top. People are thinking some good things. There were some positive things about this. Woman and Magi, this is 25, 7 hearts. They're manifesting a better situation for themselves. So I think this did slightly improve. It's not resounding. Okay, the virtue signaling did slightly improve their bad image. It did slightly improve their bad image. Okay, it's not a disaster. We would have disaster cards out here if it was a disaster. It's not a disaster. Okay, Harry went on to say that greed, apathy, and selfishness are destroying the planet. Do people feel motivated to make positive changes by these exhortations, or are they just ignoring these? Because there's no concrete actions. It's like a 2-year-old having a tantrum. It is literally, and that's what Greta Thunberg is doing. And no disrespect to Greta Thunberg, because I think she is a pawn. But what does she know about climate change? Nothing. What does she know about the science behind it? Nothing. Has she studied any of this? No. She only is repeating what other people have told her, and they hope that no one will attack her because she's a child and it's wrong to attack a child. Well, how did they treat the Covington Catholic school kids who did nothing wrong? They wanted to kill them. There were calls to murder these poor kids. Okay, and now Greta Thunberg is being attacked. She's being attacked as mentally ill, and so that doesn't even work. Thank God. I'm glad that this child abuse of sending Greta Thunberg up there as the front person, and now they're using other children to do this. It's wrong. It's evil. Okay, and that's what Harry's doing. Harry's not speaking out of his mind. He's not using his mind. He's not giving any concrete ideas. This is what we should do. We should do this. We should do that. Okay, and that Green New Deal is a fraud. It's completely ridiculous. So do people feel motivated to make positive changes by these exhortations, or do they just feel like it's just foolishness? 7 spades. Wow. Now we've got some cards showing up. Okay, so does this emotional talking motivate people? No, it's a disaster. This is a deception card. Secrets and deception. People feel that they have another agenda. And it actually has the opposite result. It has the opposite result on me, because I can't stand it when people cry like little babies and have no solutions. And that's what Harry and Greta Thunberg are doing. They don't have literal solutions. This is like Ocasio-Cortez telling us that in 12 years, the biosphere is going to, Earth is going to completely die, have a calamity. Well, Greta Thunberg is quoting Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. She's quoting her. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez is probably the dumbest person ever elected to public office. I mean, it's just incredible. I mean, even Marion Barry, I think, is smarter than I'm from D.C. You probably don't know who Marion Barry is. He was arrested for smoking crack in a federal sting. And he was arrested so many times they made it impossible for him to run for mayor anymore, and he still would have been elected. That's how bad Marion Barry was. He was just a straight-up criminal. So it is motivating people, and that's how liberal cities are run. DC was the murder capital. I'm from DC. DC was the murder capital under Marion Barry. These places are cesspools. Baltimore just filled with trash and drugs and horrible. And anyway. It's just all talk. So it's all just, they're committed to deceptive talking. So does this motivate normal people? No solutions, just emotional talking. They're committed to deceptive talking. This actually does the opposite. It appears that this does the opposite of motivate people. It makes people angry and suspicious. Good. That's how I feel. I feel angry and suspicious of their motivations. That maybe it's not about climate change at all. It's just about grabbing power. Okay, at the same time, Harry is saying greed, apathy, and selfishness are destroying the planet. Meghan is saying that she is determined to fulfill her heart's desires despite her royal duties, despite the fact that she is supposed to be caring for Archie, whether that's a legit Archie or a stand-in. Somebody has to care for him. And she's just going to run off and do whatever she wants. She's a strong and independent woman. Now, if Harry says, I'm a strong and independent man, are we going to be offended? We are, because he's married to Meghan. Why is it okay for Meghan to say that she's a strong and independent woman and pretend that she's completely separate and has no responsibility to Harry or the royal family or her duties or the Queen or Archie? Why is that okay? It's not okay. What kind of a crazy world are we living in now? That's called double standards. Okay, so does the public view Meghan as selfish? Because her proclamations to these ladies that she was talking to are just pure selfishness, and I view it as selfish. So does the public view Meghan as just a selfish person, or are they like, we love the double standards? Because I also thought that her heart's desire was to be a royal. And now she is a royal. And, oh, that's not good enough. Now she wants, pistachio ice cream. Okay, and Archie's just going to sit there and be hungry and not have his diaper changed and burn in the sun. But she has to have pistachio ice cream, because that's her new heart's desire. Really? Okay, is the public viewing her as selfish? All public image, official and public image, wow. It's so interesting. The public is viewing all of this as just deceptive talking and lies. Committed to deceptive talking and lies, and it's having the opposite effect. That's what it's doing to me. It's having the opposite effect. I don't believe a word they're saying, and it's really offending me. Okay, so is the public feeling that she's selfish? Yes. They're kind of blocking out. It's just official. It's all for the camera. It's all just the party line. Meghan is preaching the party line of feminism, the feminist party line, and they're just blocking it out. 14. 4 diamonds. This is the official party line, and they just don't listen. They just turn their hearing aids off. They turn away and look away. What's in the shadow? Broken chalice, 7 diamonds, finger of God, and olive tree. This kind of thinking and this kind of talking where she's just going to do whatever she wants and ignore all of her responsibilities. This is separated from outside circumstances and rooted reality. 13, 15, 4 clubs, and things as they come up. So people understand that this is pure deceptive talk and isn't reflective of reality at all. How interesting. It's just pure cognitive dissonance that, she can just fulfill her heart's desire, ignore her baby, ignore Harry, ignore the royal family, ignore her duties, and do whatever she wants. Well, Harry can't do whatever he wants. If he doesn't pay the rent and the light and the heat and take care of Meghan, he's a bad man. Doesn't she have some kind of responsibility? So people hear this it's all cognitive dissonance. It's just talk, and it doesn't reflect reality at all, and they just block it out. I would like to see people get angry about this, because this is not okay. It's not okay to preach unreality and pretend that that's reality, because that's what they're doing. Because everybody has to contribute. Okay, does the public view Meghan as a positive influence on Harry? Okay, because I personally am not. Is the public viewing Meghan as a positive influence on Harry? Is she a good duchess, and they're like, we're so glad she's part of the royal family? Because they've had really bad PR. Oh boy, I can see everything. Okay, is Meghan viewed by the public as a positive influence on Harry? Well, we got the player and the fox. Okay, and the player and the fox are both brother and sister cards. This is male energy, male-oriented energy, and this is female-oriented energy. Female-oriented energy moves the pieces around more. Okay, and is more strategic. And male-oriented energy just goes straight at it and gets what they want. So both the player and the fox, they want something. They're very selfish. They're both very selfish cards. Okay, so Sun reveals everything, fox, straight razor. She is revealed as a very selfish person, out for her own gain, and takes things. So 14, 4 diamonds. Her 4 diamonds is a good money card. It's cornerstone. It's a very good money card. 4 diamonds and 10 diamonds are good money cards. And it's about setting up her foundation. She's all about herself. They view, do they believe that Meghan is a positive influence on Harry? They believe that Meghan is all about Meghan. And only about Meghan, and very short-sighted. The aces are brand new. The aces are not building things. The aces go, take that, take that, take that, take one thing at a time. Oh, I want that. Oh, I want that. Oh, I want that. So this fox, Meghan, is just gathering things for herself, and the fox is a single lady. She is only interested in herself and getting what she can for herself. Here in the shadow, we have the player and strength, very firmly rooted in selfishness. The player is a very selfish card. So do they view Meghan as a positive influence on Harry? No, the public views Meghan as someone who is completely out for herself. It's all about Meghan. It's the Meghan show all the time. You know, eight days a week, 25 hours a day. It's the Meghan show. Meghan is out to get what Meghan can get for herself, and none of this has anything to do with Harry or the royal family. That's a bad thing, because I think if you ask the same question about Kate, I don't think people believe that Kate is just out for herself. She's an excellent mother. She is a good wife to William. And what's wrong? I think some people are going to be offended by that. But what's wrong with being a good wife to William? That's her job, okay? And it should be her passion. And William needs to be a good husband to Kate. And I think he is. And he needs to be a good father to his children. And nobody's going to say, oh, that's offensive that you just said William is a good father and a good husband. Okay, so it can't be offensive if Kate is a good mother and a good wife. She needs to be. All right, so Meghan Skyped in to the College of Education, where Harry was promoting 12 years of education for all girls in Africa. And that's a good thing. Okay, is Meghan controlling Harry? Is this a control move? Is she hunting him down that he can't get away from her? Is Harry let's put it that way. Is Harry feeling controlled by Meghan? That he just can't get away from her? That she's watching him? Wow, executioner. Okay, so we can see that. Does Harry feel controlled by Meghan? Because she Skyped in. Oh, it's a surprise experience. Very sweet because of the relationship. Okay, it's a surprise. It's a sweet surprise because of the relationship. But here we have the executioner. The executioner doesn't consult anybody. This was entirely Meghan's decision. Meghan sprung it on Harry. And she's just like, I'm going to do this, and I'm just going to do this. And Harry had nothing to say about it. There's no mutuality here. She just imposed herself on that situation. 9 and 13, 22, because of all the people. Meghan made an executive decision, and whether Harry likes it or not, she's going to Skype in. And she's going to take over his meeting. And that's what she did. Big change and a decision. Okay, a decision was made to make a big change, big splash. It's the Meghan show. It's 100% of the time, it's the Meghan show. It's the Meghan show. Very interesting reading. All right, let's review what we have here. Because it seems a little mixed. I don't know. I feel like they're on a tipping point. I feel like the presentation of Archie, okay, and I believe this is not the real Archie. I believe the real Archie is with the mother, the surrogate. Okay, I believe this is a stand-in, and if they can get their hands on the real Archie, they're going to switch out this Archie, the Archie that we're seeing. Okay, that should have given them a boost. That's a big media event. They presented him to Desmond Tutu. Okay, that's a great media event. Very famous man. He's he's a legend, and great media. So that should have gave them a boost. So has this Africa trip improved Harry and Meghan's public image? So the Archie reveal gave them a boost. Okay, but it's very difficult for them. They're having a very bad reputation, and people are viewing them very negatively. They're not believing anything they say. Okay, how do they feel? Do they feel motivated by Harry's emotional appeal, this straight up Greta Thunberg, I don't have a brain, I don't have any solutions, and I'm straight up lying to you presentation of I can't get out of bed in the morning and I'm upset, so treat me like a 2-year-old and do whatever I want. I'm just going to cry and have a tantrum, and I'm not going to give you any facts or any science. In fact, we're going to ignore the science. And I'm going to pretend that you're a bad person who doesn't care about the climate. I care very much about the climate. I probably care about the climate more than Harry does, and more than Greta Thunberg. But I think they're idiots. In the way that they're presenting this, I think they're idiots. I think they're uninformed idiots. Okay, so how does the public feel about this climate change emotional appeal? They hate it. They feel like they're actually lying to them and doing something else in secret. And Harry and Greta are just committed to deceptive talking. 9 diamonds, Mercury is a deceiver. This is deceptive talking. They have another agenda. People actually believe, and I'm very happy to see this, people actually believe that Harry and Greta Thunberg have another agenda, that it's not even about climate change. 10 spades. 10 spades is the worst possible result. And secrets, that maybe they're actually trying to destroy the world or enslave everybody. That's what people actually believe. I'm delighted to see that that's what people think, because that's what I think. And that this is all just a fake. It's all a deception. It's not about climate change. It's not about fixing anything, because they don't give any actual solutions. It's just emotional talking with no solutions, and they're actually doing something else. Look over here, look over here. Oh, we're going to kill you. Okay, like that. Do people view Meghan as selfish? Okay, it's all just for the camera. It's the party line. It's this cognitive dissonance that they're preaching, and sadly, people are just blocking her out. Okay, they're not listening. They're not viewing this kind of talking as a danger. We need to start viewing this talking as a danger. Okay, this cognitive dissonance, these double standards. We need to start viewing this as a danger and attack it, and get really upset about it, because these people are really very dangerous. Okay, and here on the bottom, they feel like it just completely goes against outside circumstances and the reality of life and things as they come up. That this is just, it's completely la-la land. That all this talking, I can do whatever I want, it's just, I can fulfill my heart's desire despite my royal duties, despite. Everything you have is because you're a royal. You were nothing before you were a royal. Now you're a royal, and nothing is despite the fact that you're a royal. Everything is because you're a royal. This is the greatest opportunity of your life, and they just block her out, and they feel like this is just nonsense. And I think they need to get angry about it. It's not just nonsense. It's really evil. So do people feel that Meghan is a positive influence on Harry? No, they believe that she's completely selfish and out to get only what she can for herself. And there's nothing about Harry here. It's all about Meghan. It's just the Meghan show. Okay, she Skyped in to the girls' college thing, getting girls 12 years of education. Does Harry feel controlled? This was entirely Meghan's decision. Harry's just going to say everything's wonderful, everything's nice, but she just imposed this on him practically without consulting him. It was basically like, Harry, I'm going to Skype in, and it's going to be a big splash, and it's the Meghan show. And that's what she did. She hijacked his tour, so she wanted him, and my fear was that she's afraid to let him get too far afield, okay, that he's going to go see Chelsea Davy or have a drink or something, and get his mind straight, because he's away for a couple of days and she's in South Africa. And so the move is, I'm always here. I can get to you anytime. And I was actually afraid that she would fly up because she would hear that Chelsea Davies in the area and he's going to go see Chelsea or something, and she's going to fly up and she's going to show up in her gigantic, magnificent green tent dress, and make a big splash, and she's going to be carrying Archie around in the hot sun without sunscreen and never change his diaper, and, he's going to be dying, but it's all about Meghan. Okay, that's what I thought would happen. But instead, she Skyped in. He can't get away from her. So it was just, it was entirely Meghan's decision, and Harry had nothing to say about it. Meghan is wearing the pants, and Harry is, he's getting his butt kicked at this point by Meghan. Meghan is very aggressive. She's too strong. She seems smarter than him and more focused. And she knows what she wants, and she goes after it, and she's not afraid to just, roll right over Harry. Now, Harry's gotten a little freedom recently, but not nearly enough. His mind is not free. Free your mind, Neo Harry. Free your mind. So, anyway, that's your royalty today. That's how I see it. I'm Joseph Magi, author of Playing Card Divination, Fortune Telling, The Magi Method. Find the book worldwide on Amazon and Kindle and paperback versions. Find the full color card deck used here on Etsy/Magi Method. Please feel free to like, share, subscribe, and comment.